China is fully prepared to fight to the very end because the world is big enough that the United States is not the totality of the market in the world. So if the United States wants to go in that direction of completely shutting itself out of the China market, be my guest.
Yeah.
Hi, Echo Room Vibes fam. Guys, I need to tell you this is a must-watch episode. Make sure you watch it till the end. So let's dive into the video and we'll be back for more commentary.
But words are not China's only weapon in this trade war. They're also using, trade.
China's retaliation now includes suspending exports of rare earth minerals and magnets to the United States. Those materials are essential to a number of American industries, including car makers, aerospace manufacturers, and semiconductor producers.
China produces 90% of the world's rare earth minerals.
Okay, so rare earth metals are critical. Well, maybe we should have thought that before we launched a trade war against a country that had them all. I mean, where are we going to get our gadolinium now, huh? We're going to buy Congolese gadolinium? That shit's mid. What else are they hitting us with?
China has reportedly told Chinese airlines to stop buying parts from American companies, and it says it will no longer accept deliveries of Boeing jets.
Oh, come on, you're not going to accept our Boeing jets? Well, good luck finding another plane with self-crashing technology. Is there anything else?
China could strike back in other ways, like urging Chinese students to study elsewhere, telling travel agents to steer tour groups away from U.S. cities.
Oh no, if Chinese students stop coming to the U.S., who are Americans going to lose their spots to? Indians? Yeah, that'll work, yeah, actually, yes. But look, Americans have to stay strong, okay? I don't want to hear any whining. Oh no, China's not buying our made in America products. Well, suck it up, patriots. Certain industries are just going to have to suffer, and that's how it is. Because this is war.
China announced they're restricting imports of Hollywood movies to their country.
Okay, that. This war has gone too far. Some of our finest, most likable Chinese Malaysian actors have built a career in Asian-themed movies that depend on the Chinese market, all right? It's called Crazy Rich Asians, not crazy just getting by Asians.
So guys, welcome back. Yeah, so Echo Room Vibes, where the world burns politely. Today we're serving up global tension, East meets West edition. So grab your popcorn, unless it's being restricted at customs, because the China-US trade war just dropped another season. So let's quickly dive into the rest of the video, and we'll be back for great and powerful commentary.
Now, he has a point. We've been hearing for years now that China is cheating, that they've rigged the system, broken the rules, stolen their way to prosperity. You'll hear terms like forced technology transfers, intellectual property theft, state subsidies, dumping, currency manipulation. And yes, these are serious issues. But if we really want to understand what happened over the last 30 years, why America lost millions of good-paying jobs, why our infrastructure is collapsing, why theirs is rising, why China now leads the world in manufacturing, EVs, and high-speed rail, we need to look past the slogans and ask the uncomfortable question, is China really cheating, or did our own elite simply sell us out? For years, foreign companies wanting to access to the Chinese market had to partner with Chinese firms and share their proprietary technology. That's called a forced technology transfer. Critics say this gave China an unfair advantage, but let's be honest, no one was forced. Western firms wanted a slice of the biggest market on earth. They willingly traded tech for profits. And China said, we'll let you in, but you have to teach us how to build. And we said, yes, over and over and over again, because our CEOs weren't thinking 20 years ahead. They were thinking about their next quarterly earnings call. Yes, there's IP theft, there's hacking, there's state support, but let's not pretend we're innocent. The U.S. runs its own espionage operations. We've interfered in governments around the world, and when it comes to subsidies, the U.S. subsidizes agriculture, defense, oil and gas, Wall Street bailouts, and now tech firms under the CHIPS Act. We don't admit it. China does it openly because their system, the economy serves the nation. In our system, the economy serves shareholders. Currency manipulation? Well, that was true 20 years ago, but not anymore. China's actually spent the last decade propping up its currency to maintain stability. And non-tariff barriers, yes, China plays protectionist games, but so does everyone else, including us. We ban chip sales, restrict Huawei, embargo countries, and rewrite financial regulations to serve American interests. The reality is this. China didn't steal our prosperity. Our own elites gave it away. They pushed for China's entry into the WTO. They offshored factories, dismantled unions, and told American workers to learn to code. The steel towns collapsed. The textile mills vanished. The auto parts industry got hollowed out. But the Dow Jones hit record highs, and that's all that mattered. And what did China do with its surplus? It didn't hand out stock buybacks. It didn't pump the money into speculative finance. It built high-speed rail, smart cities, new energy grids, entire industries from scratch. And what did we do? Well, we built financial bubbles. We gutted public schools. We defunded infrastructure. We gave tax cuts to the ultra wealthy and told everyone else to tighten their belts. And now we think tariffs are going to fix this? Tariffs are like putting duct tape on a collapsing bridge. They raise prices, disrupt supply chains, and they invite retaliation. They don't build new factories. They don't create a workforce. They don't fix our broken system. At best, they're a pause button. But we don't need a pause. We need a reset. The only way forward is to rebuild this country from the ground up. That means a national industrial policy, one that actually names strategic sectors and invests in them long term. That means infrastructure on the scale of the New Deal, not pothole patchwork. It means vocational training, apprenticeships, and skilled labor being treated with the respect it deserves. It means breaking up the monopolies, punishing offshoring, banning stock buybacks, and rewarding companies that build here, hire here, and stay here. But instead of doing that, instead of focusing on America, what are we doing? We're talking about war with Iran. We're dropping bombs on Yemen. We're spending billions, waging proxy wars on behalf of a foreign government while our own cities look like war zones. We're pushing endless military aid packages, inflaming global tensions, and marching toward another conflict that has nothing to do with the American people and everything to do with the interests of defense contractors and their lobbyists. And when we're not trying to start a war, we're fantasizing about expanding our empire, making Canada a U.S. state, buying Greenland, stationing troops on every continent, guarding pipelines and mineral routes while our own border is a disaster and our veterans sleep in tents. This isn't America first. This is empire first, globalism first, elites first. If we really believed in putting America first, we wouldn't be policing the world. We'd be rebuilding our country. We'd have the best rail in the world, the cleanest water, the strongest power grid, the most resilient supply chains, the best educated workforce, the most secure borders. But we don't. Because our leaders aren't interested in America as a nation. They're interested in America as an empire, a brand, a vehicle for wealth extraction. And that's the greatest betrayal of all. Because China is playing for China, acting in its own self-interest. Our ruling class is acting in their interest, not yours, not mine, not the country's. So no, the real problem isn't that China is cheating. The real problem is we've been lied to by the people who sold us a dream they never believed in, who hollowed out our middle class, who told us it was normal to work 3 jobs and still be broke, who mocked the idea of rebuilding this country while cashing checks from companies that sent your job to another continent. They handed China the blueprints. They signed the deals. They wrote the trade laws. And now they want to blame the people who took advantage of the opportunity they created? No, that's not cheating. That's smart. Ruthless, yes. Strategic, absolutely. But we should be taking notes, not throwing tantrums. If we want to win again, we don't need more sanctions. We need more engineers. We don't need more aircraft carriers. We need more factories. We don't need another $1 trillion war. We need a $1 trillion investment in America, in workers, in cities, in families, in sovereignty. You want America to be great again? Then build. Stop chasing wars. Stop chasing distractions. Stop chasing empire. Bring it home and start again. That's the real America first, and it's the only way forward.
Oh my God. We have some massive breaking news right now. I told you guys about this the other day. President Trump just said on live television, word for word, we have nice conversations going on with China. It's really very good. Bro, I'm going to show you guys the clip, but you guys need to understand what's going on here. The markets are going to go absolutely insane if the United States and China come to an agreement on these tariff trade wars. I am telling you right now, that is the biggest, most important thing with the economy right now. I mean, look, just the other day, 82,000 views when I talked about how President Trump said that he feels confident in a trade deal agreement. A deal between the United States and China to solve this trade wars is going to make the markets go insane. I mean, think about it. What do you think is going to happen to the markets if you see breaking news, the United States and China have agreed to end the trade wars? What do you think is going to happen? I'm going to play the clip for you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
States. And by the way, we have nice conversations going with China just to intercede, you know. It's like really very good.
So welcome back, guys. So let's talk about the rare minerals, more valuable than gold or Marvel rights. So China, being the main plug for rare earth materials, or minerals you call it, just told the US, no minerals for you. Not literally, of course, but export restrictions are now tighter than a Marvel NDA. These are the minerals that make smartphones smart and weapons, well, very weaponry. Okay, so, and without them, American tech starts looking like it's running on AA batteries and optimism. Rare earths are now rarer in American supply chains than bipartisan legislation in Congress. And China, they are holding the keys or the oars to the future. Strategic power move or just good old economic survival? Well, let the comment section decide. Hollywood, export denied, box office blocked. So meanwhile, China looked at Hollywood and said, your movies are mid and also not welcome. Imports of US films are being tightened, which means your favorite sequel to a reboot of a spin-off might not be gracing Beijing screens anytime soon. In a world where Fast and Furious 28 is banned, one nation rises to protect its cinematic soul. We are talking cultural sovereignty, soft power, and maybe, just maybe, a bit of trade war chest thumping. Who needs Hollywood when you have the world's fastest growing domestic film market? Oh, then there's the tech transfer tango. American companies have long whispered, we were forced to give up tech to play in China's sandbox. And China's response? Something like, nobody made you, but thanks for the blueprint. This whole setup, often dubbed forced tech transfer, allegedly gave China a bit of a head start in the innovation race. Think of it as handing over the answers to the exam and then being surprised when someone else graduates with honors. But wait, there is a dialogue likely coming up soon. Diplomacy is back on the table. Both sides are trying to negotiate, possibly over Zoom, hopefully with translators and coffee. Because this isn't just about TikTok bans or movie rights. It's about global leverage, economic dominance, and maybe even who controls the vibe of the future. Negotiations are tense. One wrong sentence, and we are back to tariffs and tweet storms. One good handshake, and suddenly it's free trade and co-produced Netflix series. The line is thin, like the patience of trade reps. So, what does it all mean? The China-USA trade war isn't just about minerals or movie tickets. It's about influence, global flavor. Who set the rules and who is left adjusting their supply chain under pressure? And remember, we don't take sides here. We just narrate the madness with jazz hands and a dash of satire. Shout out to the originators and brilliant stitches of this global saga. Without you, we'd just be out here making economic drama up and will hate to compete with real life. If you are watching up till now, drop an emoji in the comments and tell us, is this a trade war or a global negotiation soap opera? Comment what you think. We read everyone. Echo Room Vibes, peace out.
Rap jingle, Echo Room Vibes. Beat kicks in, chill lo-fi or boom bap vibe. Catchy and melodic. Echo Room Vibes, yeah, we bring that heat. Sat us so smooth, never miss a beat. No cap, no bias, just keeping it real. Comment what you think, tell us how you feel. One stop spot for the daily scroll. Drama, fact, and a little bit of soul. Reacting to the world with a comic twist. We roast and reflects, nothing gets missed. No agendas, just that clever spark. We shine like what it takes to dog. Respect the clip, Stitches origin too. We give the credit, that's how we do. Hope you beat with variation, Echo Room Vibes. You keep us fly, shout out every end, that 1,000 guy. Like comments, be part of the tribe. Join the room, catch the vibe, fill the job. To all our subs, you keep us fly. Shout out every end, that 1,000 guy. We see you watching, don't just slide. Drop that fire emoji, show your pride.